Hey everybody, welcome back to the couch. I'm Melissa and this is Couch Mom Club. On my channel, you'll find tips and tricks to help moms get off the couch and into life. And in today's video, I'm going to give you 3 benefits to taking a solo trip without your kids. Taking a solo trip is something that I never really imagined that I would do because I never thought, I don't think of myself as needing time away from my kids. I love my kids. I love spending time with them. They're hilarious. They keep me really busy and they make me laugh and they are such a joy. But listen, it becomes really, really exhausting sometimes, just the day in and day out taking care of little children. And even though I never thought of myself as somebody who would need time away from their kids, I did. I thoroughly enjoyed my time away from my kids. And I found that there are actually some benefits to taking a solo trip. Maybe you don't have the luxury of going away for a week or going away, to another country or whatever the case is. But if ever you find yourself an opportunity to take some time for you to get away, even if it's like a staycation in a local hotel where you take a day or two, where you're away from your kids, there is so much benefit. And I'm just gonna list 3 for you real quick. The first benefit to taking a solo trip without your kids is that you get to prioritize self-care. I know that, as moms, we try to fit it in our day-to-day lives with our children, as we should. But there's something about having that time outside of your children to really zone in and zero in on your own self-care. When you go without the kids, you have time to get dressed, time to pick out cute outfits and put them together nicely. And you feel so much better when you actually take the time to find the nice outfit, do your makeup, get ready in the right way. The fact that you can actually think about what you're gonna wear, put it together, and if it doesn't work, take it off and try a new outfit. These are luxuries where you kind of miss when you're in the throes of raising small children. But when you do take that solo trip, baby, you get to really focus on yourself, and I think that's awesome. The second benefit to having a trip or taking a trip outside of your kids is the fact that you get to spend time with your friends. I know that we will often try to incorporate our friends in our day-to-day lives with our kids, especially if you have friends with kids. You gotta get together, the kids are there, if you're at somebody's house, you put the kids to bed, but you're a little quieter than normal because you know that the kids are somewhere off in the distance sleeping. When you go on a solo trip with your friends or with, your sister or a cousin maybe, or, even just by yourself, you get to spend adult time doing adult things. And I think that is amazing. You kind of forget what it's like to be an adult sometimes. When you're raising small kids, you're doing your ABCs, you're singing your nursery rhymes, you're doing all that kind of stuff. It gets to a point where that's all you know. You could sometimes go weeks without having adult conversation, and that can be very draining. Having time away from your kids is an opportunity to really slow things down. When you're raising children, you know that you're always on the go, but that time that you take, whether it's a day or 2 or a few days, whatever it is, you get to slow down, enjoy adult company, really just take a break from being responsible for other human beings and just be with your friends, relax, unwind, and it's always a great time. The last benefit of taking a solo trip without your kids is to reconnect with yourself. As a mom, I know that you can sometimes go through different emotions, different feelings, and you can get lost in motherhood. Let's face it, sometimes you just kind of get a little lost. You forget about the woman, you forget about the person, and you just kind of get caught up with putting your kids first, putting your household chores and, life and everybody and everything first. Really, you put everything first and you forget about you. But when you take that solo trip, you plan the trip, you go on the trip, and you're just doing you. You get to really reconnect with yourself. And I think that is so important. Never forget about who you are, your needs, your likes, your dislikes, and what makes you happy, what brings you joy. Because as a mom, it is so easy to forget about you. It is so easy to put yourself last, but not in 2023, baby. We are not putting ourselves last, okay? We are going to prioritize ourselves. We are going to do our self-care, self-love, and all of that stuff. We are going to take time, the time that we need to refuel and to become, better versions of ourselves. And we are going to do the things that we need to do to prioritize ourselves. This is fun that you couldn't necessarily have when you have the kids. You can have fun with your kids, don't get me wrong, but when you want to just kick back and unwind and just do adult stuff and not have to worry about nap times and bedtimes and things like that, it's invaluable. So you definitely want to take the time out to go and travel as a solo adult, just having adult fun, doing adult things, having adult time with the people that you love the most, your friends. And I can say that we had such a blast. I'm so glad to be back. Of course, you go away for a little bit of time, and the best part of the trip is always coming back and getting to love on your babies. And I am so excited to see them, and I hope that the little reunion, I guess you would say, is a good time. Hi, baby! Hi, Taylor!
Mommy?
Yeah?
Can I use your camera for a little bit?
Listen, take that solo trip. I am an advocate. Now, don't do it every other week or every weekend. I mean, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But even once in a while, even if it's once a year or once every 6 months, whatever the case is, just take the time. I promise you, you're going to see the benefits. And ultimately, you take the time out to get better, to refuel, to do what you have to do so that you can be a better mom. Everybody knows you are better when you are loved, when you feel refreshed, when you feel rested, when you feel like you look good, like you still got it. That's when you're your best self. So do what you got to do to be your best self and to just make sure that you are not forgetting about yourself. And this is going to help you to become a really, really good mom. You already are a great mom, but taking that solo trip will make you even better. Now, here's a really cool video of another trip that I took to Niagara Falls with the kids. If you haven't seen it, be sure to check it out.